Welcome to Driving Growth with Grownomics. Today, we've got Kiran Sood from Deals for Loans, who is an expert mortgage broker, having helped hundreds, if not thousands of people over the years. Kiran, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us, how do you make money?
Thank you. Like Abhi said, my name is Kiran Sood from Deals for Loans. I have been mortgage broker over 8 years, and I just met my own mortgage broker, and I felt like this is something I absolutely would love to do.
Okay. And what made you feel like there was a gap in the market for you to come in and give a better service?
Well, I was new to Australia at the time. I will say, yes, it had been 5-6 years, but I was still new to Australia. And what I realized as an immigrant, there is a big gap with people's understanding in how to buy a property in Australia, whether it is a first home or the investment. And I can talk that from my own journey as well. Even buying my first home, there were so many things I did not understand at the time. We went to see our conveyancer, and he asked us to sign a piece of paper. We did. We couldn't understand what was the transfer of the land or the title, what was the mortgage insurance, or what was the LVR, and how we could make our position better. So I came to this industry, I came to this market with a lot of love and passion that I wanted to teach the other immigrants how to purchase their first home in Australia, how to get into the investment journey, how can they build their own portfolio coming from a different country.
Right. So now when we try and understand about your specific, like if I talk about how do you differentiate with there's so many mortgage brokers. The last count I remember, there were 38,000 odd mortgage brokers across Australia. So how did you evolve? Why did you think that there was a space for Deals for Loans, and how did it differentiate from all these other mortgage brokers?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There are many mortgage brokers in Australia, some part-time, some full-time. How we differentiate is, again, I'm taking it back to the same topic that our clients are not our clients. It is not a transaction for us. We love all our clients. We know our clients' families. We go see them. They come see us. We build this relationship where we wanna make sure that they understand what they are doing. It is not, you're going to a shop or buying a dress or buying a small item. It is a house that you're buying where you will be living for many years, or an investment property you're purchasing whose results may impact your financial journey very hardly. So we sit down with our clients. We explain them what to do, how to do. We also get to know about what they are trying to do over the next few years, whether they just want to buy a house and live in that house and not worrying about anything else, or whether they are looking to build investment journey, not worrying about the house right now, or they want to do a bit of mix. It looks different for everyone, but we do make a strategy for our clients, and we revisit that strategy. It's not that if we decided today, this is how our next 5 years should look like. Market changes, interest rate changes, property prices changes, the employment, the jobs, a lot of things changes, and we revisit those strategies with our clients on an annual basis to see where they want to get into, and whether what we decided 12 months ago was still remaining same, or we should maybe come up with a new strategy.
Right. Kiran, I have personally seen your journey, when you were working from home to a point where you've now got an office with so many employees. I want to ask you this. You grew your small business, and what are the main challenges with the growth? Because it doesn't come naturally. You realize there are quite a few things that you don't know, and you just discover them on the way, and you fix those problems as you go. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yep. I think my biggest hurdle or biggest challenge, I will say, was scaling up my business. And definitely scaling up in a way that it doesn't become a transaction for us, that, we don't lose that human touch with our clients. So that was definitely one of the biggest challenges that I faced. And I will say that the challenge is still out there. We have outcome by putting some good money into the technology. I will say that, some of the tasks that we can bypass that. We don't have to do it manually. We have also spent a bit of time and money, I will say, with a lot of the office staff, where girls are taking care of all of the background work in the background. So definitely, I will say the scaling up was one of the main challenges that I faced over the last few years.
So, understanding what you know now, if I said, if you can go back in time and you are now poised for that same growth again, what advice would you give your younger self to deal with that growth the second time around?
Yeah, I will say definitely don't wait to have more people in your team. Don't try to do everything yourself. For a very long period, I was doing everything by myself, and I was working, I can say, maybe at least 13, 14 hours a day, maybe still working 8 to 10 hours a day.
Okay.
But having that support, having that amazing team in the background taking care of everything is actually a wonderful thing. I can do so much more now that I know the people are there, they're taking care of it. I know there is none of the clients who's not gonna get any information. They will know what is happening. So definitely, if I go back 8 years, I would have definitely team backed up very sooner than later.
Right. And for a lot of people who don't know this, Kiran still does a lot of work herself. Like if you see her social media, if you see herself, she is constantly putting herself out there and marketing herself as much as she's marketing the business. So I know this, Kiran, that you put in a lot of effort. Now, for someone else, can you give us a little bit of insight into your life? Because I know you've got 2 young children growing up very quickly. You've got other business interests. You are very active socially as well. And with all of this, all of these different commitments, how do you manage to put out so much content? Do you run your own business? Do your own marketing? How does it work? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Like you said, I have 2 younger kids. They both go to school. How I start my day is I make sure in the morning my house is ready to go, my dinner is cooked, and then I get into my professional zone. I will go to the office, and I will also give this advice to all the people who are self-employed out there. Do not think that you can start working at 11 o'clock in the morning or 12 o'clock in the midday. Make sure you start your day at 9 o'clock that you're meant to do, or 8 o'clock, or early, even if that suits you. Because if you don't have that rhythm set up for your business, sometimes it gets harder. Especially that I've noticed for me that I'm in the office from 9 o'clock, whether it's 5 or 6 o'clock. Yes, like we spoke about younger kids, I love social media. Social media is somewhere I build my business from. If you're not out there, if you're not putting yourself in the social media, it is very hard for you to be seen and for you to be successful. If you can do your marketing yourself, it is absolutely great because you can put your personal touch. But if you can't do it yourself, make sure you engage someone who can sit down with you. You explain them what you feel, what your thoughts, what you want to put on the social media, so they can put everything together for you. Being a busy parent, being a busy mom, I still make sure that I am attending each of my kids' activities, take them to their classes, whether it's a school picnic or a dance class. I try to make sure that because I'm busy parent or busy businesswoman, I'm not missing on any of those things for my kids that I'm always make sure is important for me as well.
Kiran, I know that you've built your own personal brand, and that is Herb Deals for Loans. Definitely, yes. But if I said give us as an advice to other small business owners who want to use social media and build a personal brand to help them grow their small business, what advice would you give them?
Be there, be on the social media, be seen. Being on a Facebook or TikTok or Insta is not good enough. You have to put your face out there. Only if you're seen, then only people will remember you. And I think these days, you know better than me, Abhi, these days the trend is of videos.
Yep.
Just posting something is probably not going to help you as much. I am not someone myself who like to make videos or, be in front of the camera. Photos, yes, I love, but, talking on the camera is something that I don't love as well. But you gotta put yourself out there. You have to connect to the people who can help you. Definitely, I will say, if you're going to build your brand, you're going to build yourself up, be seen.
Right. Okay. And if I said only 3 things that are more technical, so I know you're very prominent on Facebook. I know you also go out and network a lot with at a lot of different events. You're there in so many events. So I want to understand if you can give a little bit, say, few tips about networking, because you are constantly out there in different events, promoting yourself, promoting your business.
Yep.
Tell us, what can you say that will help another small business owner do the same?
Yeah. Be with the people you want to be like. If I see another mortgage broker who's been a broker for the last 10 years and is very successful, I would like to hang around that mortgage broker, I will say. Or whether it's a buyer's agent, see who are the people, ideal people, if you love their work, you see what they're doing for themselves, hang around them, hang around with them. Where do you find those people? At the networking events and stuff. The other thing about the networking that I will maybe say is going to an event one time or two times is not enough. You have to be very regular. Any networking event or place you attend, if it's happening monthly, you have to go monthly. Being successful in business doesn't happen going one or two times. You have to build relationships.
Yep.
So anywhere you go, if you got that relationship with other business owners, I think that's very important as well.
Yep. Kiran, few more things I want to understand. Growth is not just in terms of marketing and sales, but it's also in terms of operations. I know along the way you have employed more mortgage agents, more brokers who are working with you. Tell me, what was your experience and how did you come about where you've implemented more processes and hired more people to work with Deals for Loans?
Yep.
Tell us about that experience.
Yes, definitely. I think initially I mentioned that it is very important for me that we don't become transactional. We love our clients. We love their families. And we were getting at the point scaling up where there were some of the clients needed more attention and I wasn't able to help them at that time. One thing I always talk in my business as well, that we work on super speed. And I think our speed started to get down a little bit. And that's when I realized that we don't want to drop our customer service. We've been on top. We were the winner of the state customer service Australian Achiever Awards last year. So we didn't want to drop that service. And this is when I realized bringing more mortgage brokers to the team who I can train. The younger ones, the finance industry need a lot of younger people, definitely, as we grow further. So I thought bringing more younger mortgage brokers who I can train, who can work in my style, will be a great thing for the people who are getting into the same journey, buying first home or the investment or getting into the commercial. In terms of the operations, all my team follow the same process. If the document have to be saved certain way, it has to be saved certain way. We all name it same way. So anybody who come and sit in front of the computer, if we can tell you this is the process we use, they can simply get trained on that and work along the way.
Right. Okay.
We've got all the process and policies written up.
Good. So, you've gone about hiring so many brokers now over the years. What is one thing that has helped you build that culture? Like you said, you care a lot about your clients, and when you are hiring more brokers or employees within your company, how can one imbibe or carry forward that same culture from the founder to new employees who come into the business? What can you say about that?
Yep. So the first thing is for sure that I am not taking any mortgage brokers who are new to the industry. They must have some sort of finance background, whether they're coming from the bank or they've been already mortgage broker. So they understand that this is not an easy industry to be in.
Yes.
This is not something, you study and you can get it done.
Yep.
So that's one thing I've always made sure. We call it a learning hour. Every Wednesday, I invite one of the banks to come to my office where all the mortgage brokers along with me, we sit down and we try to understand and learn that bank's policies. I also sit down with my brokers and help them to structure the deal. If it's multiple properties in there.
Yep.
Yes, they might not be Kiran, but they are learning along with me, and
Yep.
they've got my help available whenever they need it. I do go to their meetings as well with my own brokers clients.
Yep.
If it's a the deal that need a lot of structuring or a difficult deal, I will go with my broker to their meeting to make sure the understanding is there.
Right. Okay. So if I said there are people who, they're small business owners who are looking to grow
Yep.
and they want to now hire more staff, what is the one thing that will help them choose and hire the right staff for their small business?
Yep. When we're hiring, I think it is very important the people, they fit into your culture. They may have the knowledge, absolutely, but sometimes what if they don't like my working style?
Yes.
Or I don't like their working style? It's the fitting in on the both sides.
Yeah.
I know in my office, the girls, they love to have some fun.
Yep.
We love to dance, we make reels, we make videos.
Yes.
So that sort of culture is very important for us to keep on going.
Yep.
If it is someone who don't like that happening, maybe it's not a good fit for us. I will say that. I mean, I shouldn't say good fit, but if there is someone who is I think
just
it's
not the
hard
right
to,
fit.
it's just not the right fit.
It's just the right fit,
culture
yeah.
is very important
Yes.
along with the knowledge. And the other thing is the willingness to do things. If we've got a client, it's difficult, it can't be done, we can't just say, sorry, we can't help you.
Yes.
The willingness has to be there. If I've got a client, I want to make sure they get into their first home. I try my best, as long as the client's doing the right thing, we're doing the right thing. We want to make sure we help our clients. We want to make sure they get into the next step.
Yes.
I know how much extra effort I put in for my
Yes.
clients.
Yes.
And I expect the same from my team as well.
Yep. Now, that is good. That is good. Kiran, so I think more on a sign-off note, I want to understand just a few things now. For small business owners, it's not easy. So you've enjoyed a very successful business. At what point did you feel it was a success? Do you feel that you can say at that point is when I felt I was successful? Maybe it was an award, maybe it was a nomination, maybe it was a certain financial milestone, whatever it might have been. At what point did you feel you were successful?
Yeah. I'll say first 4 years in my business was very tough.
Yes.
It was very tough. I never did a business in the past, number one. I had a secured job. I left and there was no money. Number two, I was having my babies. Number three, so there was a lot going on when I jumped into doing the business. So first 4 years I learned a lot. I remember my first year into the business and I would get a call from Shepperton. They would like to meet. Can you come in? And I will pick up my car and I will get there. So I've done so much hard work in my first 4 years. And then from the fifth year, I will say it started to pay off, and it paid off with everything, whether we talk about financially, whether we talk about awards, connections, network, social media, everything came along. But I was stubborn. I was there. I knew that I have to get this done. And I say this to the new brokers or the new business owners as well. If you've dived in, stay there, hang in there. You will learn to swim. You will definitely learn to swim. Journey isn't easier, but as long as you know your goals, you will get there.
Yes. Yes. Now, with that same thing, what does being successful mean for you? Not just you, but your family as well.
Being successful means my family can afford everything. Number one, I think that's the basic thing. But it always doesn't go about the money. Being successful for me, being successful, being happy is seeing many Australian getting into their properties. That means, I feel my success with the success of my clients. My client opened a pizza shop last week. The journey was very tough. We got there at the end. The loan was tough, but they knew what they wanted to do. They had a good plan and the plan worked. So seeing them getting into their business is a success for me.
Yes.
and a happiness for me.
Yes. And for me as well, because I know that I have worked with so many clients over the years, and probably one thing that motivates businesses like ours is that when we see a client succeed, when we see client reach that goal, the satisfaction that you get from helping someone else achieve that goal
It's
is
different.
immense. It's different,
It's
and no money
completely-
can buy that for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love those business owners
Yes.
like yourself, like me. There are few of us out there.
Yeah.
They love their clients.
Yep.
They want to see them being successful.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And it's growing together.
Yeah.
It's growing together, you know.
Yeah.
And as a business owner, I don't have someone I'm sitting and talking to all time, or you don't have someone. We are colleagues. You
Yeah.
know? We share the struggles we have, the challenges we have,
Yes.
and we learn from each other.
Yes. And that is very important. Yeah, learning from each other is very important.
Absolutely.
And on the note of learning, if I would say we're signing off, give only 3 things that you want to say to other small business owners out there, what would those 3 things be?
Keep going. Definitely. Stick around the great people. Stick around the successful people that you would like to be, or you see them as in your future. And the last one is ask for help. If you are a business owner and you think you're not doing great, but you can do great, ask help from other business owners. We all love to help each other.
Yeah.
And this is what I did not do at the start. I did not ask for help, and that's why maybe it's taken me longer. So if you are a business owner and you want to get to the next level, you want to scale up, see who your business friends are, see who's doing what, and ask for help.
Yes, that's absolutely true. And Kiran, if someone wants to ask for your help, whether they are someone who's looking for a loan, or if it's just someone in their business who are struggling to just understand a few things about their own self and want to kind of emulate the same growth that you've had, do you want to give them your contact details so they can get in touch with you if they need help?
Absolutely. And even I'm going to say that even if you are a mortgage broker and you want to hear my journey, I know there's 2 other mortgage brokers are coming to my office this week just to learn how they can get to the next level. I'm happy to help. If any business, mortgage broker, any business you're doing, or if you need any kind of assistance with your loans, please feel free to reach out 0412 491 044. Thank you.
And that's And now we are back to Kiran's office. So that's it from us for today. Keep watching more episodes of Driving Growth with Grownomics. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the beautiful drive.
Thank you.
It was raining, but amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.